Hi everyone, this is Audie from Health and Happiness. On today's Please Explain, we are going to get into the low crap diet. Okay, so let's talk about the low crap diet. It's actually more of a philosophy of eating rather than what we're eating specifically. So, crap, according to the low crap diet, which is a phrase coined by one of my instructors, Leanne Lang, and her team, this refers to anything that creates havoc in our bodies and or our environment. So, this includes not only what we're eating, but our thoughts, our actions, and how do we choose to live in the world. So, there is crap in our food consisting of chemical additives that are like preservatives, artificial colors, pesticides, and the like. And so there are innumerable studies showing that these chemicals are not helpful for our bodies. So a lot of them are found in overly processed foods and have been shown to contribute to heart disease, diabetes, cancers, and a lot more. So there are a lot of reasons why manufacturers and commercial farmers use these chemicals. Food additives are often used to make low quality food more palatable and to increase its shelf life. So just note that the primary goal is not to deliver nutrient rich foods to the people. Factory farming techniques, artificial colors, flavor enhancers, stabilizers, fragrances, artificial flavorings, and the like are used so that the customer believes that the food that they're purchasing is good quality and fresh. So this doesn't just apply to packaged foods. Fresh foods also suffer. For example, fruit that is well tended in a organic farm, picked in season, fresh, will have lots of flavor, fragrance, and it will be high in nutrients. But compare this to fruit that one generally finds at the grocery store when it's out of season. It's bred to look appealing, but is low in nutrients and flavor. The out of season fruit is usually transported from some far off land where the climate is right for growing, but since it has to be transported a long distance, the fruit must be bred so that it looks good even after a long journey to your market. So that grower is interested in what it takes to get someone to purchase their fruit. Since we can't actually taste all the food at the grocery store, we buy by sight and we choose the best looking produce. There's a lot of crap around our food. Packaging is first and foremost meant to protect the food so that it reaches the customer intact and untainted. But there's also a marketing aspect to packaging. Overly packaged foods could be the manufacturer or supplier adding value to the foods by putting it in a glossy, attractive package. This tends to raise the price of the item, whether it's more valuable or not, and creates excess waste. The fancy packaging often ends up in the garbage after it's used. The type of packaging also depends on where the food is coming from. So there needs to be very little, if any, packaging in foods that are going directly to the consumer from the farm. So compare this to the type of packaging needed for food that is taken from the farm to a warehouse, transported on a tanker across the ocean, to another warehouse, to the store, and then finally to the customer. A lot of energy and packing materials goes into making sure the foods arrive undamaged. So packaged foods like canned goods can keep on the shelf for years. So after it comes from the farm, it's cooked, sometimes colorized, loaded with preservatives, additives, extra vitamins thrown in to enrich it because a lot of the nutrients have been taken out. It's canned in a container that can leach toxins into the food. And so the vegetables we end up eating at the end only has a fraction of the nutritional value it originally started out with. The types of packaging that are being used usually tends to be of plastic and other inorganic materials that's prevalent in the food industry. Most of them can exist in landfills or in ocean dumps for thousands of years. They can be harmful to animal and plant life and leach toxins back into our drinking water. But there are ways around this cycle, and here are some ideas to obtain a low-crap diet. Firstly, we want to be mindful of the packaging products come in that you purchase. Reuse and recycle containers. Be thoughtful about all the food, including health foods, that's overly packaged or full of unhealthy ingredients. Eat food sourced as close to home as possible. Grow some of your own foods. Make home-cooked meals from scratch as often as possible. Purchase foods from local farm markets, farm stands, or neighborhood growers. Well, that's been our look at the low-crap diet. I hope you found it helpful. And join us next time on Health and Happiness when we're going to dive into another intriguing health topic.